everyone, it's Bethany. Welcome back to my craft room, and welcome if you're new and joining for the first time. In this video, I am finally going to open up my button press. I've had this for a while, and then I just got distracted with other things and haven't opened it up yet, but I have been really wanting to play with it, and today is the perfect day to do that. So I'm going to open up the box, we'll see what's inside, and then we're going to make a variety of things. Before I do that, I want to share a few of the additional things that I purchased when I got the button press. So I went ahead and did get some of the additional little button pieces. So I got a bigger pack in the small and then the medium, and then I also got a pack of the large. And let's see how many are in each one. We have, let's see, this makes 25, this makes 30, and then for the large it makes 18. So lots of additional ones. I just kind of figured that I was going to really enjoy this. Looking at it, it just seems right up my alley, so I just wanted to have a couple extras on hand. The other things that we're going to do today is, after opening up the box and playing around with it and seeing what's inside, I want to make some of the additional things that it can do. So I want to make, one of the things is you can make a ribbon. How cute is this? So we definitely want to do this today. It's a little Rosette Kit. And then I also want to make, these really make me excited. I want to make the little bobby pins. So I bought the bobby pin kit, and I will place links to these all in the description box below this video. This is probably one of the things that I'm most excited for because I feel like we could run in a lot of different directions with this, but I purchased the Paperclip Kit. I thought that this would be fun for planners, but I also thought it'd be really cute for bookmarks. So I think those would be really fun and easy for gift giving too. And then I did this little one, and you can just do a little adhesive foam on the back. I don't know, I think this is actually just the foam. So I think what you do is you just make a regular pin without the little pin in it, and then instead you put the foam on the back. So this could be good for scrapbooking or cards, anything where you want to make the actual button but you don't need the actual clip attachment or the pin attachment. And then finally, this looks fun too, I want to make some of the keychains. So all of these little attachments, so the keychains, the foam, the paper clips, bobby pins, and the Rosette Kit, these are all additional things that you can buy. So let's go ahead and open up the box. Again, check out the description box below this video, and I will link everything that I show in this video today, and I'll also try to link anything else that I tiptoe into this video, such as paper. Okay, let's go ahead and open up the box and see what's inside, and then we're going to start creating with all of these little kits, and I'll show you how easy it is. Well, I'm hoping it's easy, but we'll learn together. I'm going to open up this box. I've had this longer than I care to admit, but you know what? We're finally opening it up. So let's go ahead and see what we can find inside. And on the back, it does share what is included. So we have quite a few bases, and additionally, they have, since coming out with this product, they've come out with some additional little bases and cuts. So I believe you can get one that's a square and maybe a heart now, but I haven't purchased any of those yet because I'm just getting ready to tiptoe into this. So I want to see how I like it first before I get even more attachments. But you know me, I love little things that have all the accessories. Okay, so first and foremost, I opened up the top of the little box, and so included are some of the little foam pieces, so just like I was showing you earlier. And then we have little kits for the pins. So it looks like we have some small, we have some medium, and we have some large. And I see that they have the little mylar discs inside those as well, in those coordinating sizes. So that's great. Okay, so taking off some of this packaging, we have the actual press. So that's perfect. And then we have a little, this is going to be the base that we do, I think, the die cutting with. So we have that. And then we have 3 sizes in our little bases. So we have, this looks like to be the large, medium, and then the small. So I'll go ahead and unwrap all of these and then we'll get started. Okay, real quick, now that everything's out of the box and we can see it a little bit better, I'll just reiterate what's inside the box. So we have the actual base, and this is the whole mechanism. And then we have 3 types of attachments. So we have this bigger attachment, and this will go with the included large pins. So I'm going to organize those together. And then we have the medium base, and then it has the little die cut attachment as well. And then those will go with the medium pins. And then respectfully, we have the small base and the small little die cut attachment, and those will go with the little small pins. Perfect. And then we also have this, this is going to be just kind of the regular base. This is what we're going to use with all 3, but this will help us do the die cutting. And then we have the little foam adhesive circles. So I'm really excited. Let's go ahead, and I feel like we're just going to do one of each size first, just to kind of get our feet wet. And then we'll have fun with opening up all of these little kits, and we can create lots of fun things with these. So I hope you're excited. Go ahead and give this a thumbs up if you're ready to make some pins and play along with this button press. I think this is gonna be so fun. Okay, so go ahead and grab scrap pieces of paper or just smaller pieces that you may have. This is definitely going to be one of those projects that is a scrap buster. Of course, you can grab larger sizes of piece of paper, but if you have little pieces hanging around, this is a great time to use them, because as you see, when you look at these little openings, that is the size of paper that you are going to need. So just small little pieces. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I just went through, found some pieces that I wanted to use, and I'm going to set those to the side, and let's start looking at how this all works. So we have the actual press right over here, easy peasy, it looks awesome. And then we have 3 little sections here that we're going to talk about. So we have the large, medium, and then we have the small, and those represent the sizes of buttons that you can create. So we have large buttons, and you'll have 3 pieces. So you'll have the back of the button, you'll have the front of the button, and then you'll have a little piece of Mylar, which is just that nice clear piece of film that you're going to place over, and it gives that nice shiny look to your final button. And then just so you can see the difference, this is going to be the medium size button and then the small size button. I'm going to go ahead and set these to the side because we're going to work with the large button first. So large, medium, small, then we have a little white base and top. And this is going to be what does our die cutting. So if you look at these rings, what they are is they have some foam on the back, but in between these little pieces of foam, there is a die. And what that will do is it will come down once it has pressure on it. It will come down and it will cut your piece of paper. So when you look through this circle, you are seeing the size of the paper that you are going to have cut. It's actually just a hair over it if you can see where the little slice in the foam is there. So the inner rings are what you are going to use with the white piece. So these all go in the same step. Then when we're ready to actually construct the button, we will install this little mechanism because this presses the button together. This will make much more sense as you see it go. So we're going to start with the first step, and the first step is cutting out our piece of paper or the design so that we can actually build our button. So we're going to install the white base because again, that's going to be the first step for die cutting. The bigger piece is going to go on top, and if you note, the top piece has a little magnet there. So you're just going to hover that over the top area, and then it will just grab it and pull it up just like that. So now you can see that this is just a press that we're going to place the die inside. Also, the base part does swivel open and shut if you need a little bit more room to maneuver, or if you want to get things just really centered and need a little bit more line of sight. This little swivel part comes more into play when you install the second set of bases that construct the button, just because there's not a lot of wiggle room, but installing that first set is quite easy and you have plenty of room. Okay, so now we just need to decide what we want to do with or in terms of design. So I'm actually gonna do the largest button. So we're going to focus on this row right here because these are all the pieces for the large size. And then of course the coordinating button. So I think it would be fun to use this little piece of paper. This would be fun with just the little typewriter. And what I'm gonna do is simply take my die cut. This is the first step. And wherever you hover, you're gonna look in this window, and wherever you hover, you're seeing a preview of what your button will look like, okay? So you wanna make sure if you do it like this, you can see you're not gonna have a design that's centered. So it's kind of nice because you can really preview, and that looks really good to me in terms of centering. So now what I can do is I can take my paper with my ring, which is the die cut, or the die, and then I can just slip it right in the middle. So I'm just gonna slip it right in here and center it. I'll just center it down, and then you're gonna give a really firm press. And again, when you add that pressure, it's gonna have that little die blade come down and slice the paper. So I'm gonna press with the little lever. And you can actually hear kind of a little crackling sound that tells you that you're cutting through your paper. Then when you take it out, you can see that you have the perfect sized paper for the project that you're doing. So again, we're doing the large size. So this is cut perfectly for the largest pin. Okay, so step one is done. Again, step one was just cutting out the paper or the material you're using. So I can go ahead and uninstall. Again, it's really easy because the top is just magnetic. So you can just take that right on out, place it to the side, out, place to the side. And then we're also done with the die cut because that goes with the little press in the first little step. Now we're going to install the next set of bases. And I want to point out some of the verbiage on the bases that we're going to see. So we have a top, and we have a base. So obviously the top will go on top and the base will sit at the bottom. We also have some letters. So we have A with an arrow pointing up and A with an arrow pointing down. If you turn it a little bit, you'll see B with an arrow pointing up and then B with an arrow pointing down. So because we are working on the largest size, this is what we are going to install in the press next. So let's go ahead, set the top to the side and install the base first. Again, it's a little bit easier when doing this part to actually bring the swivel out because you're not really given a lot of room for this next step. So you're going to simply put the base in, and I want you to note that on the actual press, we do have some arrows. We have arrows here, and we have an arrow here as well. So we're gonna wanna note that because we're going to start with A. So I'm gonna place my base in, just like this. And I'm going to make sure that it's lined up A and A, right? Or A and arrow, okay? Now I'm gonna do the top. Now this is where you wanna swivel this out because it's kind of a little skinny opening once that big bulky base is in there. So now we're gonna do the top part. So we're going to place this, let's see, does it go this way? Again, it has that magnetic opening. Okay, so it'll just snap in there or magnetize in there. But then we are going to go ahead and turn this. Let's see, maybe you have to go it the other way. There we go. Turn it so that we have A lining up with our arrow. Okay, so right on our base, we have A, arrow, and A, arrow. Okay, we're all set. Now I'm gonna set this back down and we are going to load in this little end part. So what we're going to do is first we're going to put the top of the pin, which is this nice flat part. I'm gonna place that right in. Then we're also going to place in our piece of paper right on top of the pin. And then we're going to place in our piece of Mylar. Okay, just that shiny little piece right on top. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just swivel this in so that the top and the bottom line up, and then it just kind of locks into place. Okay, now what I'll do is now I'll show you one more time. Look at how A and A are all lined up. See how that is? Arrow, A, arrow. So we have a perfect match all the way down. A is first because it comes first in the alphabet, so A comes first. Okay, so then we're going to press our lever down, and you should hear it really click. You're going to press it all the way down, just like that. Woo! Okay, now that it's pressed down, when we pull the little, or swivel the little base out, you will see our button is gone, and it has gone up into the top base. So now all we need to do is we need to put the bottom piece in, because now once we press it again, it's going to press the front and the back together. So I'm going to place my bottom piece in, and now I'm going to switch my bases because it's now step 2. So we're going to go B and we're going to go B. Okay, so let me pull that closed, and then I'll show you once more. You'll see, because you can always check, arrow, B, B, arrow. It all matches going down, so we're good to go. Okay, making sure it's all lined up, and press down. And then when we bring out the swivel, we have our pin. Now it's easiest just to take the base out and then just remove like that. There we go. And let's see. I did pretty good on getting the pin lined up where I wanted it. How cute is that? And then, if the light can show, there you go. You have that nice mylar on top that gives that nice protective film over the top. So how fun is this? This one I think is going to be the perfect size if you want to do photos, because you're given a lot of room. Let me look. When I look at my craft mat, it's just about 2.5 inches, roughly. So that's really nice. I think this would be the perfect size, or the size that you may gravitate to more when wanting to do a photo button. I think that's really, really cute. Okay, let's go ahead, and I kind of think in terms of how I like to learn, I like to do repetitive work, right? When I'm learning something. So let's go ahead and just do medium and small. That way we can just really get our feet wet with this. We can know the steps like the back of our hand, and then we can move on to opening up some of the really fun add-ons, and we can create with those. Then I'm going to show you other ways we can create with this later in the video. So we're going to uninstall the top and the bottom for the largest size. Okay, and then let's go ahead and move on to the medium size. So step 1, let's move these over, but we can kind of keep a little collection of what we've made over here because that would just be fun. Okay, so step 1 is the base, right? So we have the base that goes on the bottom and the base that goes on top. And again, these are for our die cuts. And again, this just magnetizes up. You kind of have to align it just right. There we go. It's in, easy peasy. Okay, and then remember, the first set, the white bases, go with the die cut. So we're going to bring this down because we're going to be working on the medium size. So let me grab the materials that go with the medium size. So I'm going to grab the little pieces for the pin, and then I'll grab a piece of paper. Okay, so I have the back of the pin, the front of the pin, and the little sheer piece of mylar. I also have a really fun piece of floral paper that I think would be really fun. So again, because this represents what our pin is going to look like in terms of size, I can just hover over any of the little pieces to see which one I would like to do, and they all are so pretty. I think I will go with this pink. What I'm also going to do is just take a piece of scissors and trim this down because this whole piece of paper will not fit within the press. Okay, so I'm just going to trim that down. Okay, again, making sure that I center that the best that I can, and I have a nice preview there, so that makes it easy to do so. Then I can place this on my base, place it under, and press down. Let's see if that did it. I'm going to just gently remove and keep everything aligned just to make sure. It didn't quite get there, so because I kept everything aligned, I can just place it right back in there and give it more pressure. And this part I feel like I'm just going to have to keep practicing with because it takes a lot of pressure, or a little bit more than I thought, to get it cut. I think I did. There we go. I had to lower my table just a little bit just so I could get a little bit more muscle behind there. Okay, so then we have our little die cut, just like that. So sweet. And then we can discard or save for a later project. Okay, then we take out the little white base. And again, this all goes together. We're done with this part, so we can set that to the side. Then we'll go ahead and install the actual button press mechanism here. So the bottom, again, we're going to focus on lining up the A's first. Remember, and then this coordinating set it's all the same. It's just a different size. So we have A and B labeled top and base. Okay, so we're going to just install those once more. And install this up. And then we are going to make sure, let me turn this so you can see. We're going to make sure that we have arrow and A, and then we're going to need to swivel this over and turn it so we have arrow and A, because A is first. So we have everything lined up. It looks good. Now we're going to build in the base our little button. So first step is we're going to do our little sandwich here. So we have our button, the top of our button. And let me just bring this up here so we can see. So we have the top of our button. We have our paper. And do that just about there. Okay. And then we have our Mylar. Okay, that's our sandwich. Top of button, paper, Mylar. Then I'm going to put that right back in my base. Make sure that it is still at A. Close. Verify. And you can see arrow, A, arrow. It all matches. Okay. And then I will just press that down. Okay. There we go. Then you'll see that it disappears, goes up into the top. So we're going to place the bottom right in. And I didn't mention in the first one, but you're going to place it with the little pin side face down. Okay, so just like this. Okay, and there we go. That's how it's in the base. And then we're doing the second step, so we're going to do B. So B, B, and then I have it all lined up. Arrow, B, B, arrow. It all matches. And then we can press. Okay. And there we go. There is the medium size. So back, front, and we have our next little pin. That is a cute little size as well. I feel like this would be a really fun size for little backpacks and stuff like that. Let me know what you would do with these in the comments as we are playing around today. Let me know some fun ideas that you have, because everybody likes to read those as well. Okay, so let's take these out. We have done the medium size, and now we can go ahead and move on to the small. Okay, so I have all my little pieces. I have a little piece of paper, and then I have all three of the pieces for the smallest button. So the top, bottom piece of Mylar, paper, and because we are starting with cutting our paper, we're going to grab the white base. Again, repetitive, I feel like repetitive learning just really helps understand and get your feet wet with it. Okay, and then I'm going to install the top part, just like this. Okay, and just magnets right up there. And then we're going to cut. So we grab our little die cut, or die. I want to say die cut, but it's just a die. Hover it over. Now this is very easy. It's just a repetitive pattern, so there's really no need to center anything. And I'm just going to hover that over there. Make sure that it's covering the cutting field there. Place it on my base and swivel it under. and then press. Okay, and then just being careful to keep everything aligned until you know everything's cut. Oh, it did a really good job. Okay, so then I have the perfect sized piece for the small. Okay, we're done cutting, so we can take the white base out. We can put the little die to the side, and now we're working with the smallest base, which is the little pale pink. Same steps. We have A, we have top and base, and we have a B. So again, because A comes first in the alphabet, that's where we're going to start. So we're going to install so that the A is lining up with the arrows. So let's just do the base first, and the arrows, if you open it all the way so that it's, you know, right sitting on the actual press base here, you'll see the arrow right here. Okay, there we go. And place this right in and line up. Arrow, A, then the top, arrow, A. We're ready to go. Okay, then let's build our little sandwich right in here. And in fact, you saw how I installed that, so I'm just going to take this out just so you can really see me build it, and then I'll put it back in exactly how I had it. Okay, so we have the top of our button, and it just fits perfectly right in there. Okay, top of the button, paper, Mylar. Okay, place it right back in there, ensuring that A is lined up. Swivel it closed so that they match up, and then verify. Arrow, A, arrow. They all line up, and then close. All right, it disappears. Now you see it, now you don't. It's like a magic trick. And then we're going to place our little back of the pin. So you'll see, here is the, let's see, this is the back, and then this is, well, sorry, this is the inside, I should say, and then this is the outside. So you want to place it just like this. And if it confuses you, just kind of really think through what you just did for the top part. You want this to be smushed on the inside, okay? And then we're going to swivel our bases to B, close, and then verify. Arrow, B, arrow. Looks great, so we're ready to press. And this constructs the button. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, this is so easy. The more you do it, I mean, you're just gonna stop thinking about it after a while, and you'll just do it. Okay, so we did that. That was so fun and easy. So now we just did the basic buttons, and we have them in our coordinating sizes: large, medium, and small. How cute are those? I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and open up some of the attachments and play around with those and make some additional fun things. Okay, I really want to play around with the little bobby pins because that was one of the attachments, or accessories I really should say, that I really wanted to try and really kind of sold this whole thing for me. That and the little paper clips. I think those are going to be what I probably gravitate to the most. Okay, so this looks easy because now we know basically the sandwich, so now we're just kind of given different pieces. But as you can see, some of the pieces look familiar from what we just started with. So as you can see right away, this looks like it calls for the smallest, and if you look at your packaging, it should tell you as well. So you'll see it's kind of color-coded small. Okay, so we have that nice pink banner, and on the back it says use with button press and small inserts. So we're going to do the small size here. And let me just open this up and get the pieces out that we need, and then we'll get going. Okay, so some of the pieces look familiar, but we're also given a new little attachment. So we have the top. This looks familiar. Top with a little button. We have the Mylar sheet. But instead of a back, we have a different type of back. And then looks like later, obviously we will install the little bobby pin to bring it all together. Okay, so let's go ahead and do step 1, installing our bases, because we are going to cut out the piece of paper we want to use. So the white bases for the cutting, I thought it'd be fun to do a heart because my little kiddos love little hearts, and obviously this will be for their hair. And then I'm going to, because I have a variety of pattern here, then I really will take advantage of, you know, the little preview here just to really line that up where I would like it. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, and then, oops, it just shifted it a little bit. Well, I can kind of move around and see if that really is the best option, but yep, I think so. Okay, then what I will do is place it on my base, place it under, press to cut. And we can see the nice little cut that we have, sized perfectly for our project. Okay, taking out the cutting part, and then installing the bases with A lined up. Okay, then we'll do our little sandwich. So for this, we are going to do just like last time, or very similarly to last time, the button, paper, and the Mylar. Okay, again, making sure it is lined up with A, closing. We can verify we have our arrows and A all lined up. It's perfect all the way down and matches. And then we'll press, open it up to see that it's no longer there. And then we're going to place this side with, you'll see here that there is a little kind of nub, and we're going to need that on the outside to install the bobby pin. So we're going to place this nub side down, if you will, just like this. Okay. Okay, right in the base. Okay, and now we're turning it to B, top and bottom, closing. See how it's all lined up? We're good to go. And press. Okay. Oh my gosh, that one is so sweet. So now we have our little base all made, that shiny Mylar on there and our print. And then on the back, we have the little area where we can place the bobby pin. So I think it's as simple as that. Just slide it through. Easy peasy. And there we go. We have a little bobby pin. How cute is that? I love it. Okay, so let's take these out. And what next? I can't help it. I want to do another bobby pin because that was just so sweet. So I'm just going to do the white bases so we can cut out our paper. I have this pretty gingham paper that is way too fun, and I'd love to see it as a little hair accessory. So grabbing all my pieces and then hovering over, I have my white pieces installed, so we are good to go. Let's see where I want that. I think somewhere like this. Okay. And cutting. Okay. There we are. Taking out the cutting bases. Placing the top in with A ready to go. Bottom. Well, let's construct it. We have the bottom of the pin, paper, Mylar. placing in, lining up A, closing, getting faster at this now, and then arrow, A, arrow, and pressing. All right, it disappears. Then we have this piece going in this way. Close, move it to B, move it to B, arrow, B, B, arrow, press. Okay. Then I should time myself here. We have this little guy. Whoops, just slide right in. There we go. Cute. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. So cute and summery. I love those. Okay, now we can move on. I had to get my fix one more time with those little bobby pins. Okay, let's do the little paper clips because those are gonna be so fun for planners as well as for bookmarks. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up this accessory. Again, these are the paper clips. You'll see it has the pink banner indicating that we will be using the size small. And on the back it does say, use with button press and small inserts. Okay, again, we're seeing some familiar pieces. We have the top, we have the Mylar, but on the back we have a different attachment that will help us install the paper clip. Okay, so I think now that I've really kind of thought through this, I think it's easiest if you kind of start with making just basic buttons because then you get an idea of the sandwich of the pieces, right? And then once you start opening up the little accessories and attachments, then everything starts kind of looking familiar. You know instantly, okay, that's going to go with step 1 or step A, step B, stuff like that. Okay, so trim this down. I love this bumblebee paper so much. And we just have to use it. I need this for a little planner paper clip. So I'm going to take the smallest size, hover over where I would like to do, oh, I'm going to do that so that we have a little duo of honeybees. And then place my white pieces in because again, that helps with the die cutting. It's the die cutting base and press. Place that in there and cut. Looks great. And now placing in the size small on the top, whoops, on the bottom, on the top, and making sure they are both at A, and then let's build our sandwich. Little button, paper, and Mylar. Okay, placing it in there again. A comes first in the alphabet, so there we go. So A lines up first for the first step. Press down. And then we are going to place this piece in there. You'll see one side has a raised side. That's going to need to be on the outside of our button because that's how we'll install the paper clip. So we're going to make sure that it goes face down in the base. Okay. And then we're going to rotate it so, making sure I'm trying to do my best to line it up so that my, oh, there we go. My image is the right size or side up. Rotating both to B. Arrow, B, B, arrow. Okay. Press. Every time I press, I'm more and more in love with this. And now I'm kind of mad at myself for how long it took me to open the box, but other things call in crafting. Oh, I didn't quite get it the right way, but you know what? It's still going to be cute. And then on the back, so we have our front, we have our back, and then we can just press this in there. And then we have our little paper clip. Oh, it's not going the right way, but it's still so cute. And I can just make a million more. So fun. So you could do this for your planner, especially for kiddos going back to school. That would be so fun. In fact, I know right now that I have some teacher paper. I'm going to make these for back to school for the teachers for sure. And then also you could make these as bookmarks. So how cute would these be to be little bookmarks for teachers or for a book club, Bible study, anything like that. So cute. Depending on the pattern paper you choose, you could make these for anything, for any occasion. This really is a whole system that could create so many different things. And so, I mean, it's just all year round. I think this is going to be so fun. I'm in love. This is so fun. Okay, so we have, in terms of the accessory packs, we did bobby pins. We did the little paper clips, which could be, again, bookmarks, or they could be the planner, little, well, bookmarks for your planner, I guess. And now let's do another attachment. Okay, the next attachment I want to do is the Keychain Kit. How fun. Okay, as we see, we have a color-coded system here. We have the more light mint, so we know it's going to go with the medium. Also on the back, it will reiterate medium inserts. Okay, use with the button press and medium inserts. Oh, and it even gives you a little preview of what that looks like. Okay, so let's look on the back of the other one. Yep, the other one gives the preview of the pink. They have thought of everything. They're not going to leave you confused. We are literally having our hand held here. Okay, so opening this up to get our attachments out. Okay, so seeing some new things here, but respectively some new things as well. So as always, we have our Mylar, we have our button, but then we have a different type of button back. And so this is what we are going to use to actually place in the base here. And this we are not even going to use, I don't believe, with the press. So we're just going to set this to the side because this will be for installation later. Okay, so starting off, we're doing medium. So we're going to put in our cutting base, so the white bases. And let's hover. I wanted to do this kind of fun striped paper. I thought that would be really fun. And then you could, I mean, you could get a variety of different looks just based on where you place the paper, right? This would also be really fun to do. Oh, indecision. This would also be really fun to do with pictures. Grandparents, make them a keychain with a picture in there. So you could put a picture inside. Okay, placing that in, and we're going to cut. Okay. Easy. Take these out. Put our bases in. Bringing up to A and A. Okay, so we have our button base, just like always. Seems like the top sandwich will always be the same so far. Okay, paper, Mylar. Place in the base. Make sure it's at A on the top and the bottom. And it is. Arrow, A, arrow. All the way down. Looks great. And press. Okay, that comes out. And then this side, we want to place, you'll see it kind of has a lip there, right? And this piece kind of bumps up. You want it to be placed this way down. Okay, so this is the difference, right? Smooth side, and then it has the lip up here. We want it this way, just like that. Switching to B, close, verify, arrow, B, arrow, and press. cute. Can you just see how just where you put your little, or what piece of paper you put in, it could look so different. You could do so many different things. I think this is super fun. Okay, now we just need to install. So I'm gonna grab a little weeding tool just to kind of help me take off this adhesive. Okay, it's just the liner to the adhesive. I'm gonna line this up. That way I can kind of decide what I wanna do. I like the little diagonal. So I'm just going to drop that in. Oh, I should show you what the back looks like. See how that looks? That looks really good. Okay. I like the diagonal look. And then just press it in. How fun! Oh, so pretty. I love that. Okay, so that was with the medium. Really, really cute. Okay, let's next work with the little Rosette Kit. I feel like you could do so many things with this, so this will be really fun to work with. Okay, once again, familiar pieces, Mylar, the top, and then the back has another type of attachment on there because that is what we are going to use to place it inside of the rosette back. Okay, and then the back has the little pin on it. So again, we'll set this to the side because this is not going to be interacting with the button press. This will just be what we install it in at the end, much like we did the keychain. Okay, so it says we're going to use the largest. So we're going to use the teal. Place these out. First, we need to cut our paper. So we are going to grab our white base and install. And then grab our desired paper. Okay, I thought it would be so fun. I've had this paper for a while. Wouldn't it be fun to make a little mama to be, a little ribbon for a baby shower? I think this would be so fun. So I'm gonna very carefully cut out the area that I want to use, and I like, it's a boy. I think that is so cute. Now, it may be just a tad big, but I think design-wise it could be super fun. And I think it'll look great. So I'm just gonna cut out what I want to use. I found this at Joann quite a while ago. And in fact, when I was pregnant with my third is when I bought this because I didn't know if I was having a boy or a girl. So I bought the boy version and then I bought the girl version as well, which looks like this. So I just keep these in my stash now because you always need some type of baby shower gift. So I thought this would be super fun. And you can use those pieces of paper for anything. You could use them to make a card. You could use them to do scrapbooking. You could use them to honestly just cut these out and frame them. How cute would that be? Okay, we have our white pieces and bases installed. We're going to use this to hover over. Like I said, it will cut off just a little bit, but I honestly think that's really cute. So I'm gonna go for it. So I will, let's see, go just like that. I think that looks super nice. Now what I will do is place it right in there. Even though it's cutting it off a little bit, I think it's still fun. Place it in. And press. Oh, so cute. I love that. Okay, so we're done with that. Done with these pieces. And now we're going to put our bases in. So top with A lined up and bottom with A lined up. Okay. Now, again, in true fashion, I'm going to bring this up. Button. Paper, okay, Mylar. And I hope that you're not even having to think about it anymore, the order, because that's the fun of doing over and over again is you can at this point have fun, right? You're not thinking too much, you're just having fun. Okay, placing this in there, ensuring that we have the proper letters lined up, which we do. See the arrows in the A? Looks good all the way down. And press down. Okay. And then it disappears. and then we have this piece. Okay, so I think, I'm just gonna verify. I wanna see how, that should go that way. Okay, so we have kind of a smoother side, and then we have a little bit of a rougher side. And I'm talking in terms of the edging. So this smoother side kind of looks more like a donut with the raised inner ring and the raised outer ring. It's gonna go face down, okay, because that's gonna be the outside. So I'm gonna place that right there. Okay, and then swivel to B and B on the top and bottom. Verify that we have everything lined up. Okay, and then press. All right. Oh, it's so cute. Despite being a tad big, I think it actually style-wise looks adorable. I love it. Okay, so then we're simply going to take our little base here for the rosette, and then the nice thing about it is you can just swivel it any way you'd like. And then I'm thinking you just press. Is that right? Press in there. Yes. Did you hear that little snap? Oop, and then I didn't get it all the way, so let me go a little bit more. Oh, I think I did. Okay, and then you can just kind of rotate it. So that one's very forgiving. And then these should just flatten out in time. How cute! And then look at the back. So many things you could do with this. You could do for kiddo's birthday. You could do the number that they're turning. You know, if it's their 5th birthday, you could put a fun 5 on there. You could do this for starting school, ending school, any type of award, any type of, you know, wedding shower, baby shower, stuff like that. I think this is super cute. I really like it. Other ways you can use this. So look, you can not just use scrapbook paper, you could use some wrapping paper. How cute would this be to make a little happy birthday rosette by placing just your little die over a piece of little wrapping paper and then placing that through the machine? That would be so cute. I wanted to throw that out there because I was initially thinking of making a fun little rosette for a birthday, and I didn't really have any birthday paper that, you know, was as fun as this. So I went through my wrapping paper stash and I thought, how cute would that be? I don't want to make it on camera just because this actually only came with 2. So in the pack, there was only 2 little kits inside, and I really want to save the second one in case I need it for something else. So I wanted to just kind of bring this in to give you some additional inspiration. Don't mind, it's all crumpled, but I wanted to give you additional inspiration, but I'm not going to make that on camera because I just want to save the second rosette for the perfect time. Now, another fun way that you could actually use this button press is you could do further personalizations using your die cutting machine. So I just brought out my Cricut Joy. I'm going to go ahead and load my mat, and I'm going to just add a little personalization on vinyl, and then let's build a button. While that is cutting out, I'm going to be doing the largest of buttons. So I will go ahead and begin getting all my pieces cut out. So I am going to do it on a nice piece of pink. I think that will look really fun. The hearts are just way too pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut that out. And then we can start building and personalizing a button. Okay, I'm all ready to go there. I can do my new pieces, and I just grabbed one of the large regular button attachments. I thought that would be really fun to show just a different idea. So grabbing our base, lining it up to A. Grabbing our top, lining it up to A, and doing our regular sandwich. Button, paper, mylar, and press. Okay, button disappears. We can place the base back in, switch to B, and press again. And we have our cute little button. Ah, I love it. It's so cute. Okay, so now what we can do is if you didn't have a piece of paper that you wanted to use, let me unload this, you could add a little bit of adhesive vinyl. So I went ahead and just used Cricut Design Space to type out anything I wanted. In this case, I wanted to say "you did it." I thought that was really, really fun. And we can add it to the front of this button. You could do anything. The possibilities are truly, truly endless here. So let me just go ahead and weed out my little tiny piece of vinyl and grabbing just the teeny tiny little inside pieces, and we will be good to go. So don't worry if you don't have the paper that you want or the sentiment you want. You can always add a little personalization on top. Grabbing a little piece of transfer tape, placing that right down, locating my scraper, just like that. Turn it over and give it a little bit more pressure. And then, easy peasy, we have a little personalization right on the front of our button. And I think it's really, really neat because it really just, again, it makes this a little system that can just do just about everything. So I love that. And all done. How cute is that? I think that is so sweet. Okay, before we get done, I wanted to tell you the two other ways were the wrapping paper. You know, think of other materials that you could use, but also think of vinyl and using adhesive vinyl for decor. But before we end this video, I also want to talk about the little attachments that came in the box that were the little adhesive backs. So let's go ahead and let's just do a medium, and we can make something that has a little adhesive back. And I think this will be something that is really great for scrapbooking or cards. So I did just pick up the box I got because I wanted to see what additional information was on the box about this attachment, but they do come with, at least my press came with the adhesive back. So if you look at the back here, it does say remove pin from backs before pressing button. So you're essentially just going to use the actual pin base for this part of the project. Okay, so because we're going to use medium, I have my little medium die here. I'm going to place it right over this cute little llama. I think she's darling. And place it right into the button press. Again, I have the white bases installed. Make sure I didn't shift there. Okay, that looks good. And we'll cut. Paper is cut. We have our cute little llama. And now we can go ahead, as you know, we're going to put our little base pieces on, lined up to A. Okay. And then what we'll do is do our normal sandwich. So we have pin, paper, Mylar. Everything is lined up to A, and press. Pull it out because now it has disappeared up into the top. And this is where it'll be a little bit different. So because we want to use these little adhesive back pieces, they're just foam dots, if you will. What we need to do is we need to create a space on the actual pin that's flat enough to accept the little foam dot. So we're just going to take the pin, unhook it, and we are going to remove it. Just like that. And now we have a flat base. So obviously close this, put this somewhere safe, pokey, pokey, and sharp. Okay. And then we can place the pin, or I'm sorry, we can place the back right into the bottom. Okay. And then line up to B, B, press. Okay, and then when it comes out, the back is just a flat base, okay, with the front being the cute little llama. Okay, so now we can take our little foam adhesive dots, little foam circles, place one down the back, and then I won't take off the other one because I don't have anything that I want to stick to it, or stick it to, excuse me, right now. But there we go. Then we have a little adhesive pin that you could put on a card, you could put on a notebook, you could put in a scrapbook. Let me know what you would use the little foam adhesive circle backs for. All right, this was so fun. We did so many fun things. Okay, we did so many fun things. This is another little pin that I made off camera with some cute little banners on it. I thought that was super fun. But I am in love with this. I think that this is such a fun investment. You could run in so many different directions with it. You can do gift giving, you can do decorating, you can party plan with it, you can do scrapbooking, you can decorate your planner, you could do bookmarks. The possibilities are endless, and I'm only just naming a few. So I think this is super cute and fun. I'm really excited that this is another little fun thing to have in my craft room, and it's so easy to use. Plus, I love stuff that has accessories because then you can keep creating with it. Now, it does, I believe, have different types of accessories as well in terms of the dies and bases. I want to say they have hearts and maybe squares, but I could be wrong because, again, I only started just with the basic set of circles. So you could, again, just keep going with this cute little mechanism and continue to have fun. So we did so many things. We did pins. We did pins in the large, medium, and small. They're all so fun. We did a keychain. We did some hair accessories with the bobby pin attachments. And then we did fun little paper clip accessories as well. Really, really love this. And I just have a feeling I'm going to do a lot of gift giving with that attachment particularly. Again, the rosette little attachment is so fun. I love this little accessory. And I just had a lot of fun. I really hope this was helpful to you. If you still have yours in the box, I hope that this really gave you the confidence to open it up and start creating with it. If you haven't purchased one of these yet, maybe that this video really helped you to encourage you that maybe this is something you want to give a try as well. If you do have one of these button presses, or even if you don't and you have some ideas of how you could use this or what you have created with your own or what you would like to create, please be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Down below the video, you'll also find a description box, and if you open that up, you'll find links to everything that I used today, and I am really excited to hear what you think about this, plus other ideas you have as well. All right, everyone, thanks for joining me in this video. I had so much fun. I'm probably going to stop recording and then create a million more of these because I feel like I'm very inspired with this right now. I hope to see you in the next video. If you are new here, please consider subscribing and joining so you see what's coming next to my craft table. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.